Good evening, World Wide Web. It's August 14th. AMC Entertainment Holdings and APE. The judge let it slide as predicted. It should have been very predictable, made it a little dramatic, but it went through. There was a little bit more dilution. Still for the AMC, it's down to 339. The APE is at 207. Hardly coming up to meet it, but a little bit. It's I don't know. What do you do with these things? Do you buy a bunch of APE right now and get $3 for it, or is that not going to happen? Or is the AMC just going to come down to this level? I don't know. I'm not willing to bet on things like that anymore. Um, yeah, it's just too much. It's not a true arbitrage play. Um, no one knows where these two are going to meet exactly. Arbitrage play is usually on a buyout at a certain price, like the Spirit JetBlue deal. You know that $31 is the buyout price. You know JetBlue is obligated to make every Spirit share worth $31. Well, that's not the situation here. So people call this an arbitrage play. They're kind of very much confusing the definition of that. But AMC Entertainment Holdings, best month in forever, best quarter in 5, 6, 7 years. And then this. Goodness. Well, we got a lot of different people that enjoy the AMC stock. A lot of them are Reddit users. A lot of them are really into short squeezes. They're into companies with large short positions. They're also into companies that they feel like hedge funds hold these positions. And I don't know if you saw the GameStop drama, but it seems like there's a very strong following to want to recreate the GameStop drama with something else. And they've been having trouble doing it. I don't know what the main differences between the two situations are. Maybe I got to watch the GameStop movie and find out, or the documentary. But I didn't watch that as much in real time as I would have liked to. That would be very interesting. And why they're trying to recreate this, I have no idea. It would be, I guess they're fun. Short squeezes, certainly. And anything that you got the potential to have go in that direction might just be extra appetizing because there's a big home run attached to it. You want really big home runs, though, you don't have to go very much farther than the options market. You don't need a short squeeze. You can get massive returns, and you don't even have to be nearly that much right. But yeah, AMC just getting pounded. I was reading the news here. It looks like the reverse split's going to happen on August 4th. Now, the reverse split has to be after they've clacked them together. Clearly, they haven't clacked them together because APE is still listed, and it did move today on its own. So they are not one as of today. They will become one, and then we'll do a 10-for-1 reverse split on August 24th. Now, this is important. I've been saying it over and over again. I'm going to say it one more time. There is going to be a dilution, again, another one, to bring some money in to pay off this company's debt. They have $2 billion in bonds that are pushing 17% interest rate. They need to come up with an enormous amount of money for their bills every quarter, and it's going to make it very difficult for them to make a profit month after month or quarter after quarter. They can change their quarterly spend from 1.35 billion to maybe 1.1 billion. They just have to get rid of $2 billion worth of bonds with a 17% interest rate on it. They can hardly afford to make the minimum payment on. And if they have a quarter where they only make 1.2 million, well, they have to cough up 150 million from somewhere, and they just can't do that many of times. As you see their balance sheet, let me get to it. On their balance sheet, you see that how upside down they are. They don't have any credit. The AMC charter does not allow for dilution. So a lot of people's theory is they're going to clack these companies together and then dilute it. And I would contend that they will need a stockholder vote to do that, just like they needed a stockholder vote the first time they wanted to dilute it back like a year ago so they could get through COVID. They wanted to dilute this thing to get through COVID, and they couldn't. And the reason they couldn't is because the stockholders were not having it. Are they going to have it this time? I don't know. Look at that. Right side up. Good grief. That's so nice. A profit. They said they broke even. Nope. They made almost $9 million. How beautiful is that? Wow. We talked about this cherry for 2 months on this channel. That was fun. I expected it to be up here. I was off a little, but the analysts were off a little too in the other direction. And it was a profit. You heard that from me. You also heard from me that they're going to dilute this thing one more time. I'm sorry to tell you. Where's that balance sheet? Ta-da! Right here. Yeah, this is upside down, and $2 billion of this $11.25 billion in liabilities is rolling at 17% interest rate, and they need to get that gone if they want this to be a healthy company. If this doesn't get gone, this company is going to just be in bankruptcy with a new reverse split stock price. They need to get it gone. They need $2 billion stat. Now, if they could clack into a 10-for-1 reverse split, then the stock becomes more valuable. Maybe it becomes a $20 or $30 stock. And then they have something that they can dilute of a higher value. You could sell less shares of it or dilute less of it and get more for it. That would make really good sense. But the stockholder is going to have to approve it. Now, if they want to dilute it before the 10-for-1, they could do that too, but then they'd have to just do it to the APE alone. And they'd have to do it like this week. They'd have to do it in the next week and a half. They'd have to dilute the APE, which already has 1 billion shares. It's getting collected with AMC. They might be able to come up, if they dilute the APE, they might be able to come up with $1 billion maybe. I don't think they come up with $2 billion though. So it would be best if they clacked them together and then did the dilution. It's going to tear everybody down from $20 to $30 a share down to $10 or $15 a share. That's probably going to be the effect on it. The end result is the AMC, what you're looking at here at $339. The end result is going to be the equivalent of about $1.50 after this dilution is finished with. In comparative terms, because it is going to rip it down, even if they do it afterwards or before, it is going to rip it down. I think they're going to get more cash after the fact, but it's a risk. They might not be able to get the shareholder approval. They might just say no. And then what does AMC do? What does their board do? They just go into bankruptcy and fight with the bond people and try to get the judge to not let them pay for something, and then we have another year of drama? Or does the AMC shareholder allow them to dilute it a little bit, at $30 a share? I don't know how many millions of shares you need to add to make this $2 billion, but it's still a lot. So yeah, I'm expecting strange things out of this company. Still expecting it to go down. One day down 35%. Good grief. This news was last week's news too. It found another 35%. That doesn't make much sense because this ruling came on Friday. I'm thinking that maybe people are now realizing the dilution's a week away, possibly, or 2 weeks away. Or it might not happen until Christmas. I don't know. They could wait for a while. They just have to do it. If they don't do it, they're going to be in bankruptcy so fast, and they're going to be defaulting on bills so fast, or they're going to be shuttering theaters so fast. They're not going to be able to make payroll so fast. Every quarter is going to have to be a good quarter if they don't dilute it. You're going to need a jam up Barbie every single quarter, every single month of every quarter, or you're pretty much screwed. and Hollywood's on strike. They're probably not, hopefully still putting out films. The good news is they don't release films for like 6 months or a year after they're done making them. So Hollywood still has all of these actors work, all of these actors on strike. Well, their new movie's about to come out in 6 months. So we don't have to worry about that. Will there be a future gap in these stars being in movie? Probably. Will Hollywood try to fill it? I hope so. It's going to be interesting. AMC, everybody. I feel bad. I was totally gung ho on this earnings report, obviously for good reason. And I started reading the fine print and really not liking what I was seeing, and that's why I was being so negative on this one. Please forgive me if you were hot to trot on this one. Yeah, I just there's another dilution coming on top of it, and the judge did rule, and this is what we get. There's no guessing where they're going to collide together. Don't try to do that, and it's not an arbitrage play. But AMC Entertainment Holdings, I'm happy to see us getting closer to the final chapters where at least we can read some tea leaves again. I really love the revenue tracking that we started doing on this channel. I'm going to keep everybody going with the revenue and the earnings. We're going to calculate, depending on how much they pay off of their debt, what their new nut is, and we're going to figure out whether they're in the black or the red long before earnings, and we're going to have revenue numbers month by month long before they're released to the public. So we're going to know lots of stuff. So definitely like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will keep you updated. AMC, everybody, hang in there. This is turn into a winner for you. We need to maybe, it might be a really, I hate to say it, if you're in at this price, if you're still in this thing, I don't know. I would have to get out until after they're done paying off this $2 billion. I would not want to be a participant in this. It's coming soon, and I just want to tell everybody one more time. Have a wonderful night, and be careful out there. Come back to this one soon for your love of the company, and hopefully we'll do well together with it. Thank you, and have a great night.